Hey everyone, and we're back with another video for Heather the Sunflower Witch. I'm Heather. It's been a few months since I've made another video, so it's a little awkward, but I'm here to make another one. So I'm just going to start out with kind of where I've gone. Like I said, I want this channel to be, in a previous video where I mentioned where I want this to be kind of a learning channel as well as a way to communicate with other witches and pagans, oracle readers, tarot readers, the whole 9 yards. But I guess like facing backlash or facing negative comments did get into my head and made me think, well, just because the first video didn't do well, shouldn't do it. And that's something I'm working out of. That's actually something that I've been working on healing, because to not give up when something isn't 100% perfect. But that entire idea, I'm wanting to do a video. I'll do a video on a little bit later. So for now, this video is going to be on my journey as a witch, and to kind of just discuss how did I become a witch, where am I now, and where do I want this to go. So let's start with where I was. So when I was younger, so we're talking like high school-ish, I came from a background of strict Christianity and very Southern Baptist turned non-denominational. It's kind of had my feet kind of in both. My biological father was a pastor, so he primarily pushed that, and that there was no other beliefs, and there shouldn't be, that this is the sole belief. Push. My mother, on the other hand, I did come from a divorce, and my mother, on the other hand, was very much like, if that's something you want to believe, great, but if you don't really feel tied to it, you do you. So I actually ended up growing up with my mother primarily, and when I got into undergrad, where I got my bachelor's, I started learning that there's more beliefs than just Christianity, and more beliefs than just Southern Baptist. So I kind of learned that, and as I was coming to that, I didn't really find myself fitting into a specific belief or a specific mindset. I didn't really feel like I fit into anything. And while other religions were very interesting in their idea with their religion, I did not feel like I was connecting to anything. Then comes grad school where I got my master's and reconnected with my long lost sister, and she introduced me to witchcraft and paganism and beliefs of different pantheons, the tarot and oracle. I mean, we just got introduced, and she introduced it to me, and I just decided to run with it. It's stuff that as a child I was primarily in. Crystals, for example, I went to rock and crystal shows so much as a child, thanks to my mother. But that was always something, even at the rock and crystal shows, they tell you like the properties. And as a kid, I didn't really put two and two together that they have properties. I was just like, ooh, pretty rock. But now I'm starting to see that. I'm starting to see the other rocks and crystals that I own and how they work with me. Herbs, for example. Also thanks to my mother, but also my grandmother, is finding herbs in the yard. My grandmother had a lot of lemongrass, and I did not know that could be used as an herb until my mom and my grandma were talking about it. And then having a strong intuition with events or people to trust and who's not to trust. There was a lot of little things that started to make sense for me. And so I decided, why not? Why just read into it? Because even if I don't feel like I'm connected to it, I learned something. So I opened a few books up and started reading. I went to just like herb books, learning properties, crystal books, but then I started looking at witchcraft books or just witchy books, paganism books, paganism websites. Started looking at paganism textbooks, just looking at something to gain some sort of basic knowledge on what I was getting myself into. And then I just decided to run with it, and we're here now. So let's see. Now I've been practicing for 2 years. So yeah, about 2 years. And you know, we're still doing as my ears ringing. But we're looking at making myself stronger with my craft and trusting myself more. And when I started out, it was still kind of basic learning. And while I am still learning now, at the beginning it was trying to learn what am I getting myself into and what am I doing. I had my first oracle deck, which is it's an herbology oracle deck, herbology healing. I started learning how these cards work, started doing readings for myself to see how it ended up making sense, started doing readings for my sister and practicing with other people. Then I started looking into books, looking at my collection of crystals and being like, okay, what do I still have? What are those properties? I started looking into mythologies and pantheons. Specifically, I started with the Greek pantheon and moved on to Norse and Celtic, then looking at Christianity and how it falls into witchcraft, and then looking at the infernal divine and looking at how the infernal divine is working with witchcraft as well. And then I started looking at how we fit in the world, how each of us, our souls are made, or looking at the idea of mindfulness and meditation. Why is it so helpful? What's the background behind it? And these sort of things helped kind of guide me to where I am now. So where I'm now, I am doing primarily, I still do daily readings like I did when I first started, to still get myself comfortable with what's going on, but also just to kind of still have a little fun with it. I still look at different pantheons. I'm now worshiping and working with different pantheons now. It's kind of crazy to think of, but I still work with them quite well, and how they've each influenced me or how I've worked with them. And it's also kind of worked on with the idea of religious trauma, where I didn't feel like I got an answer. And then now I'm getting more answers. Then working on finding more faith with whatever watches over me. And then having more faith in myself. I've been doing different workings, like manifestation work. I've worked on justice workings for myself and others. I've looked into baneful workings and then looking also specifically at the balance of baneful workings and where is my belief behind that. Trying to think off the top of my head what other things I've been doing. Meditation's been a very big thing. I'm trying to work now on getting into more of a daily routine. Typically it's nightly, but working with mindfulness things. I've also been working on gratitude. I think for me that's been kind of hard, is to figure out what I've been grateful for and remaining in that mindfulness of grateful, instead of being like, oh yeah, I'm grateful for that, whatever, move on to the next thing. Now I'm working towards this. And where am I wanting this to go? Well, I'm wanting to just see myself continue to grow and continue to learn. Even if I'm still doing the same similar things, I can learn more about myself. I can start to delve into what am I really called to do here? What am I really wanting to put my energy to? Looking more, like I said, well, I worked with my inner teen, my inner child, my shadow side. Well, I'm wanting to start to work with them instead of just figuring them out and then healing, working with that. I'm wanting to just find what I would call my utmost peaceful life. Whether that's just having a great job and then just continuing to learn on the side of witchcraft, whether it's doing this and conversing with other people about what they believe in, even into looking, even just bouncing ideas off of each other, whether that's my creative pursuits of, I've been writing a book, so I've been moving into that, been looking, I have a witchy Etsy shop where I've been able to do more of my creative side of what, being able to have an outlet for my creative. Specifically with that, it's called the Sunflower Solstice US on Etsy, and that in particular has tarot and oracle readings for those who feel drawn for those. But also they've got, right now I have stickers, and specifically deity offering stickers, so being able to put my creative energy out there and help and let others be able to use that with theirs. So that's where I'm wanting to kind of see where my craft goes. And I don't know. We'll see where I end up. We'll see how this channel progresses. We'll see how I progress. And whatever works, great. I plan, now that I'm kind of in a better mindset, to start making more informative videos, but also working on making just gameplay videos where I'm just talking. And whether I'm talking to just random things or specifically looking at a topic, then there's kind of a comfort aspect to that, because I do want, when I am playing the games, for you guys just to kind of chill and hang out. But for now, this is my journey as a witch so far, and we'll see where we end up. So I hope you guys have a wonderful afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you are. And I hope that, if you want to join me on this journey, if you want to join with whatever I'm doing, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see where this journey goes. So, bye.